and see how many participants are there. Any more people expected? अभी कोई join करेगा और? Saurabh, are you expecting more people?
I think
Yeah,
we can
meanwhile, we
usually
can
people,
start.
yeah, may join
Okay.
in between, may so happen, yeah.
Okay, fine. No worries. So, very good evening, everyone. मुझे कोई दिख नहीं रहा है तो मेरा काइंड ऑफ आईज और ईयर्स का कोऑर्डिनेशन थोड़ा गड़बड़ा जाता है. अनलेस आई सी पीपल आई एम नॉट एबल टू कनेक्ट विद देम. मुझे आवाज भी नहीं आती है. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट इफ यू ऑल कैन स्विच ऑन योर कैमरास, इट विल बी ग्रेट. हम कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे. डोंट वरी अबाउट योर गेटअप और योर बैकग्राउंड. वी एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. 8:30 हो रहा है, so we are not expecting anybody to be in a formal background. So please, अगर आप cameras on कर लेंगे, so I think that will be a great help. Great. So I can see few people. Okay, let me check everybody is active or not. Can you kind of raise your hands virtually? सब active है. Very good. Good. मतलब अभी भी आप लोग active ho, but the only thing is you're still not able to come out of that student mindset. Qualified CA ho aap log. Am I right? Abhi, I think you're still in struggling from that student mindset towards being a professional qualified chartered accountants. कैसे लगता है सुनना? Now you're a qualified chartered accountant. How do you feel? You can unmute. I think Saurabh, they can unmute themselves and talk. Abhishek, you can unmute and say your main thing.
अभी तक
More
वो
amazing.
फीलिंग आई नहीं है मैम प्रॉपर.
आएगी. It'll take time, but वो feeling लाना पड़ेगी because you have to come out of that student mindset. Maybe उस chartered accountant वाले mindset में ना जाओ, but student mindset से निकलना बहुत जरूरी है, right? Because it's a massive transition, right? And you have to understand that transition. नहीं तो that will be a shock. So rather than taking it as a shock, let's gradually get into that. So okay, Prabhav, anybody else? How you feel being a chartered accountant? मतलब मुझे तो वैसे ही मतलब I am kind of अंगूठा छाप in terms of finance. So for me, you are already a brand. How do you feel?
Great.
Great is a very small word.
Feeling for which we are waiting for a long time.
Wow. So
I think
Laveen,
it is a dream come true moment
dream
for
come
me and
true.
for my family.
Very nice. It's just not your dream. It's a dream you've seen along with your family members. So it's काफी feelings attached रहती हैं. इससे काफी aspirations आपके नहीं रहते, आपके parents के भी रहते हैं. तो it's a different feeling altogether. But मैं देख रही हूँ कि आपके नाम के आगे मुझे CA बहुत hardly किसी लोगों के साथ श्रुति में दिख रहा है मुझे. बाकी you still don't feel like adding that prefix?
मैम अभी मतलब I think most of the people here technically अभी CA बने नहीं है.
Okay, technically अभी बने नहीं हो तो you're waiting for that technical formal this thing.
Communication, yeah, मतलब articleship खत्म हो then maybe we'll add.
Okay. Great. But great, it's a great start. I'm sure आपने बहुत efforts डाला है. CA, I think it's one of the most serious profession जिसके लिए you've actually put in a lot of efforts, and I have seen a few of my friends who've studied for CA and they've failed and then finally they've made it. So I can understand. मैंने भी CS का attempt दिया था, एक attempt दिया था, failed attempt. So I still remember I put in a lot of efforts and I still regret why didn't I go for the second attempt. But ठीक है, that was not destined for me. अगर मैं destined CS के लिए होती तो शायद आज आप लोगों से नहीं मिल रही होती. So great. So good to have so many people. Just wanted to know, you are here by your own choice? या भेजे तो नहीं गए होगे, अब तो भेजने वाला सिस्टम नहीं है. You're not a student, right? So you're here with your own will for this session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
many of you are here with your own will? Can you please raise your hands?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Happy to know that. Okay, so what is your purpose for this session? Why you're here? Anyone?
For upgrading our skills, what we have not know.
Okay, Lavina says upgrading your skills. Nice.
For growing professionally
For
in a
growing
competitive environment.
professionally. Sorry,
In a competitive environment.
in a competitive environment.
To
Great.
enhance my soft skills.
Enhance your soft skills. Great.
Improve our
Networking to get better
yeah.
opportunities.
Better opportunities. Nice, nice.
Creating
To
a
improve
USP.
Creating a USP. Great.
to
Very
improve
nice.
interpersonal skills, ma'am.
Interpersonal skills. Right. Very nice. Good, good. So everybody seemed to have a purpose why you're here, and I think Fast Education Group has been really thoughtful in coming up with this webinar series, because this is a time probably you need that a little hand holding, thoda sa jo ek polishing lagta hai. You put in a lot of efforts in your studies for sure, right? Technically, you are very sound. I'm sure CA ka exam qualify karna itself is a milestone. So you are already very well versed with your subject, your technical skills. But yes, that a little hand holding, little polishing, little nurturing on that aspect is something which can help you move further, because it's the competitive environment, a very competitive environment. If we are here, like how many people are here right now? We are almost 49, like. So we need to know all these people are on the same platform, right? Why you? So that is something which is very, very important. And of course, you are Gen Z. So Gen Z is known to be very dynamic, very smart. So we don't think you really, really need a lot of grooming, but yes, that little tinge of grooming can help you a lot. You agree to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Great. So although I don't have a formal PPT, मुझे बहुत short notice पे I was called, so I just could get on to few stuff. We'll just let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, before we start, let me ask you one thing. Have you been to आसपास वाला किसी शॉप पे पानी का बोतल लेने गए हो कभी?
Yes, ma'am.
क्या बोलते हो? What do you ask for?
Give me a bottle of water.
ऐसे बोलते हो?
ये मतलब इंग्लिश में तो नहीं बोलते भाई।
पानी की बोतल दे दो। और
Distillery.
Distillery चाहिए.
बिस्लरी चाहिए, राइट? बिस्लरी देता है वो आपको?
कभी-कभी
You don't know.
बिस्लरी दे देता है मैम।
Not always.
बिस्लरी देना, not always, right? 90% of the time you ask for Bisleri, right? Okay. If I say instant noodle, what comes to your mind?
Maggie.
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 Maggie. That favorite. कितने लोगों को मैगी पसंद है?
5 मिनट में मैगी.
बहुत पसंद है. जो हॉस्टलाइट्स होते होंगे वो उनका लाइफलाइन होता है, बट उन्हें पसंद नहीं होता होगा बिकॉज इतनी खा चुके हैं. बट मैगी comes to your mind as soon as somebody says instant noodle, right? Okay, tell me, photocopy कराने गए हो कभी?
Xerox.
Xerox, right? You say Xerox. Great. फीवर आया किसी को कभी? फीवर नहीं आया किसी को कभी?
Crocine.
Crocin. You go for crocin. Okay.
Dolo.
Paracetamol also works.
Dolo.
Paracetamol also works. Vikas says paracetamol also works. And who said crocin?
Shruti.
Shruti said crocin. Now tell me one thing. What is the difference between crocin and paracetamol?
I think paracetamol is generic.
पैरासिटामोल ड्रग है और क्रोसिन
Paracetamol is formula.
मतलब
Wonderful.
प्रोडक्ट.
The drug name and the
Wonderful. कौन कहता है कि CA सिर्फ numbers में बात करते हैं? CA बहुत intelligent होते हैं. Paracetamol is a generic drug, right? And the brand is
Dolo.
Crocin, right? Whatever. Crocin लेते हो आप, Ibu, Jessic, right? Whatever the drug is, then you have a brand name to it. Bisleri, The product is mineral water, but you tend to ask for Bisleri most of the times. Photocopy कराने जाते हो, Xerox बोलते हो. Xerox is a brand, right? Xerox is not a verb, right? So, what do you think? Why this happens? क्यों होता है ऐसा?
Brand recognition.
हाँ जी?
Brand recognition.
Because they build the
Brand.
brand.
They
Yes.
have created the value.
They have created a value. Perfect.
Brand recognition.
नहीं सब लोग कैमरा ऑन कर लो तो बहुत इजी रहेगा. 3 लोगों से 4 लोगों से मैं कैसे बात कर सकती हूँ बताओ? Because talking and reading the messages would be a little tough. Or this is good that at least I can see many of you, and I'm okay with everything. Like आप कैसे भी दिख रहे हो, don't worry about that. अभी पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग पे सेशन है तो हम उस एस्पेक्ट पे नहीं जाएंगे, बट एटलीस्ट पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग का बहुत बेसिक रूल होता है दैट यू शुड कीप योर कैमरा ऑन. कोई बात नहीं. ओके, सो माय पर्पस ऑफ स्टार्टिंग द कॉन्वर्सेशन विद दिस वाज, एंड यू राइटली आइडेंटिफाइड कि ये सब ब्रांड्स ने अपने आप को पोजीशन किया हुआ है इन द माइंड ऑफ द जनरल पब्लिक और द टारगेट ऑडियंस, so that people are able to connect with these brands. People are able to recall these brands when that product category comes to their mind, या वो need arise होती है तो वो product category में एक particular brand आपके mind में आता है, right? They have been able to create that distinctive identity. Now this is about the organization. This is about a brand of an organization. Now tell me, can a person be branded?
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Like Virat Kohli.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All of you say a person can be branded?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Raise your hands, whoever says person can be branded.
Narendra Modi.
Narendra Modi. Oh, you know what? I'll just share one example. I'd been to एक store पे गई थी मैं. I had to purchase that round neck का jacket होता है ना, half sleeves का जो नरेंद्र मोदी पहनते हैं.
Modi code.
हाँ, Modi jacket. So I had gone to purchase that, and what happened? I went to the store and I asked that store वाले भैया कि भैया मुझे वो मोदी jacket चाहिए, because exactly ये मुझे school में my son had some annual function and exactly मुझे same ये बोला गया था कि मोदी jacket पहनना है black color का. So I communicated the same thing to the shopkeeper, और वो बंदा निकला anti मोदी. And what he said was, madam ये jacket नेहरू जी पहनते थे. Who says कि ये मोदी jacket है? So that's the power of branding, right? Now it is Modi jacket, tab it was Nehru jacket. But of course, like you said, a person can be branded. So हम किसी चीज को भी उस person से associate करते हैं when that thing comes up. How many of you think a person cannot be branded?
मैम जब तक मतलब कोई स्पेशल स्किल नहीं हो या जब तक कोई स्पेशल उसने ऐसा काम नहीं करा, जब तक इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ब्रांड. अब जैसे 20,000 सीएस बने हैं इस बार, तो इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल टू ब्रांड 20,000 सीएस. तो वो ये क्या आता है, आपको आपके पास कुछ यूएसपी रहनी चाहिए जब भी आप कोशिश कर सकते हो कि आप अपनी एक ब्रांड इमेज बनाओ.
Of course, very true. आपने बिल्कुल सही बोला. इतना बड़ा लॉट सीए बना है. But is it possible? My question is it possible?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. It
A
is
person
possible.
can be branded. Now, how many of you think you are a brand?
Brand तो है, बस branding नहीं की है.
Wow, I love that.
To what audience we are catering?
आप ब्रांड तो हो पर आपने ब्रांडिंग नहीं की है. How many of you think this way?
I am
And
a
no-
brand for my relatives because I am the first one in my relatives, like in my family, who became chartered accountant.
Very nice, very nice. That's the confidence. I love Nandini's confidence. How many of you think this way?
Yes, ma'am. Even I am the first chartered accountant from my village. So for village itself, like And the
Very nice. Vikas also said the same thing.
I
Who
am the
else?
first chartered accountant from my taluka.
Great. Entire taluka. So you are a big brand, right? That means you
Yes,
are a
yes.
big
Already
brand.
I have done marketing.
Wonderful. Who else? सिर्फ 3 ब्रांड है.
है हम भी brand है.
Okay, I've got some messages in the chat as well. So many people think that you are a brand. Yes, even I think for a person like me, I feel you are a big brand because we associate CA with that intellectual profession, that uh, qualification. It comes with lot of efforts, and you get certified as a CFA itself is attaching a lot of value to it. So people like us look at you as a brand, right? Now the only thing is, like one of you said, you are a brand, but you need that branding, right? You are a brand in yourself. The only thing is you need to nurture your brand. आपको अपना brand nurture करके, then what you have to do is you have to communicate your brand. That communication is all about branding. You may be very good. जैसे आपने बोला था, you need to have some USP and then only you can be a brand. आपका USP ही आपका profession है. But as you said, पूरा batch का USP same नहीं हो सकता है, right? You have to carve out your USP. You have to open up and you have to communicate what you think about yourself. So the very first thing is you need to have that self-confidence that you are a brand. And then that exercise takes forward, wherein you really take efforts and take it forward. Okay, so now everybody thinks that most of you think that you are a brand and you can build upon your brand. Now, what has stopped you from becoming a brand till now? अगर आप कहते हो आपने ब्रांडिंग नहीं किया है, तो आपकी ब्रांडिंग करने कोई एक्सटर्नल एजेंसी तो आएगा नहीं, आउटसोर्स करोगे नहीं अभी. What is stopping you?
Confidence.
Confidence to start, awareness, etc.
Confidence to start.
communication.
Yes.
Communication. तो ये
Yes.
स्टॉप कौन कर रहा है? ये तो आप नहीं कर रहे हो, राइट? बट हु स्टॉपिंग यू टू कम्युनिकेट?
Commitment.
Commitment.
Yourself because of confidence.
Confidence.
Self-doubt.
Self-doubt.
People expectation
shy
of the
feel होता है.
business.
Shy feel होता है.
What people
मैं तो
will
आपकी
think.
होती तो I would have been on the cloud now 9 and had been. अच्छा, have you really? I'm sure सबने ये share किया होगा information that you've qualified your examination, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm
Yes.
sure. आप लोग सब social media पे हो?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Anybody who's not on our social media? Okay, now let me ask. Everybody is on Insta?
Yes.
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 Okay, I'm not on Insta. Shruti bhi nahi hai. Okay. Everybody is on LinkedIn?
Yes.
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 Everybody is on LinkedIn. Are you active on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Yes.
Not so.
Now I want to know your definition of being active.
अपडेट करते रहते हैं.
Update करते रहते हैं.
Yeah. Post
क्या update करते हैं?
Like connections, connecting with people.
life updates as a post.
Connecting with people. Okay. So increase your connection. Live updates about?
Myself.
Hanji?
Life updates
Live updates.
via post, something like that.
Okay.
Knowledge sharing.
Okay.
मैम
I have
LinkedIn पे हम
articles.
You write articles, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
दूसरों के पोस्ट देखते रहते हैं कहाँ पे वैकेंसी है. We can
LinkedIn
connect
को
with
कभी
the
भी
people
please
where we want to find a
job
job.
portal मान के don't get on to LinkedIn. Don't get just don't bank upon LinkedIn for job opportunities. Just use it as your personal branding tool. That's it. हाँ जी, आप कुछ बोल रहे थे? Somebody was saying something. I'm sorry. I think I interrupted. Okay. Now tell me, budget कब declare हुआ था?
23rd.
23rd.
23rd of July.
Yes.
Are you all thorough with the budget?
Just the parts that affect us.
Yes.
Yes.
The part
Yes.
that affect you. तुम
मतलब-
CA हो.
In a
तुम्हारे
personal
client के
capacity.
हिसाब से सोचो. Don't think like an individual. Each and every part is affecting any of the client anywhere. So you can't say we're just aware of the part which is affecting us.
Like some
Yeah.
of the parts we're aware about, like the infrastructure and the new taxes which have been.
Is the
Okay.
thing that
I don't.
Okay, some of the parts.
Yeah.
Fine. How many of you read इतना सारा जो post हुआ है in sites and articles on in newspapers and social media? You must have read about it.
I
But
have read. Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
we have read.
Okay. Anybody else written anything on this?
Yes, I wrote an article.
Yes, also.
Okay,
Yes.
Piyush has written an article. And where is that article, Piyush? You've
नहीं मैंने नहीं लिखा है, अभिषेक से.
I
sorry,
have
किसने
read.
लिखा है?
Yeah, it's there on LinkedIn.
It's there on LinkedIn. Very good.
Yeah.
So only one person,
Hardeep
I
was also
have
written, I
written.
think.
अभिषेक के अलावा किसने लिखा है?
Me, ma'am.
Okay. So you've also posted on LinkedIn?
Ma'am, I have posted on social media like WhatsApp, Instagram story.
WhatsApp and Instagram story. Insta is, I would not recommend Insta for a serious post like budget. WhatsApp is no record. You cannot showcase that as. See, why I'm asking you this is when we talk about personal branding, this is one of the most. Personal branding is just not social media presence, right? But this is one of the most crucial pillar. Reason being, this is the way you can actually reach out to n number of people at a single go. The only thing is you need to be very, very meticulous about what do you want to do. Don't leave such opportunities. तुम सीए हो और अगर बजट के बारे में तुम नहीं लिखते हो, so this is not done. You should create a content. You should create a content in such a way that people like us find it useful and relatable. मुझे तुम बड़े बड़े फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स लिख दोगे तो कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. आई एम अ पर्सन जिसको नंबर्स समझ ही नहीं आते हैं, right? And when you deal with your clients, think about them. They'll be like me. You agree to that?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
So-
I have made examples like I compared the old and new regime text etc. with example.
Very nice. That's important. You have to utilize your knowledge. जो आपका knowledge है उसको ground level पे लाके general public के लिए open करना है, right? And that is where your ultimate target audience will actually observe you, take notice of your existence. जब आप रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए भी प्रोसेस में बैठते हैं या जब ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस भी हायर करती है, these platforms are made use of. I hope everybody knows that. Your social media presence is a very, very important element of screening.
Yes.
It's just not LinkedIn. LinkedIn पे तो आप तमीज में ही बात करोगे, but they observe your Insta also. They would observe your Facebook also, right? And based on the information they derive from multiple platforms, they kind of come up with a persona of you.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Who analyzes this profile?
The potential recruiters.
Ma'am, but like if I have a private profile, how can they just like if,
हाँ,
even if
private में तो of course they can't do that. I'm talking about अगर आपका public profile है.
okay.
But फिर भी Prabhav, we feel things are private, but most of the time the information is kind of captured at multiple levels in the form of cookies or whatever things. But
Okay.
don't think that any of your information is private. This is a very different era. And एक होता है डेटा जो आप प्रोवाइड करते हो और एक होता है डेटा जो कैप्चर होता है. दोनों डेटा मिलके इंफॉर्मेशन बनता है जिसको भी यूज करना है. Right? So that is basically your digital footprint. Digital footprint is a combination of each and every movement you do on this machine.
Internet.
Right. आप सर्च कर रहे हो वो भी कैप्चर हो रहा है. गूगल पे सर्च कर रहे हो आप, किसी वेबसाइट पे यू आर सर्चिंग ब्राउजिंग अ वेबसाइट, आपने किसी जगह फॉर्म फिलअप किया है, everywhere the data is being captured, whether you know that or whether you don't know that, right? So the thing is, based on that, आपका जो प्रोफाइल पूरा क्रिएट होता है, that is your digital footprint, and you have to be very particular about your digital footprint. वो भी एक पैसिव होता है और एक एक्टिव होता है. एक्टिव वो होता है जो आप दिखाना चाहते हो, पैसिव वो होता है जो इंफॉर्मेशन आप कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी फॉर्म में फीड कर रहे हो, right? But digital footprint is a combination of both. So that is one very crucial aspect of your personal branding. Because branding is all about creating an identity, right? So identity के भी दो aspects होते हैं. Basically identity एक होता है और एक image होता है. Identity is what you try to create, और image जो होती है क्या capture होती है.
Okay.
There is a difference. There should not be any difference, but उसमें difference होता ही होता है. And that is where that bottleneck comes. हम जब personal branding की बात करें, all my information should be uniform across my digital presence, right? So this is one important aspect of personal branding. So personal branding, again, it's just not about social media, but social media being one of the most prominent platforms, and especially your generation, Gen Z, is so much present on social media that becomes their point of advantage, and sometimes become point of disadvantage also, when you're not using that in a very professional or very balanced way. I'm not saying just be professional and just, but yes, use the professional platform very diligently, but you have to have a strategy. See, life में अगर आपको success चाहिए, तो there are one thing is hard work. Hard work का कोई substitute होता है? सवाल ही नहीं होता.
Hard work plus smart.
Yes, hard work plus smart work is one thing. Second is luck भी बहुत matter करता है, your destiny, your stars. And the third thing is your strategy. Strategy is when you move forward with a particular objective in your mind, with some timelines, with some kind of clear deliverables कि आपको क्या करना है. Social media भी, it's not an overnight thing. Branding is never an overnight thing. क्या brand overnight बनता है? नहीं बनता है, right? Brand requires consistent efforts over the years. So you also have to plan out how you want to move forward in terms of creating your personal brand, right? You need to identify your points of differentiation. सबसे पहले आपको एक kind of SWOT analysis करना चाहिए. That is called personal SWOT mapping. SWOT सबको पता है?
Yes, ma'am.
रात क्या होगा आपने कंपनीज को लेके, खुद का कराए. I think most of you must be knowing about your strengths, your areas of improvement, right? What will add, how these strengths will help you to capture the opportunities, and what you should avoid, and what would be your threats. एक basic, but then for a person, for an individual, that SWOT is must, because based on that SWOT, you will build upon your personal brand. पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग के बेसिकली 4 रूल्स होते हैं. मैंने पीपीटी पूरा बना रखा था जो, बट आई एम नॉट जस्ट प्लेइंग दैट. आई फील मुझे इंटरेक्शन ज्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है. पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग का ABCD होता है. A stands for appearance, right? A stands for appearance. B stands for your behavior. right? So appearance, behavior. C stands for anybody?
Clarity.
Communication.
Clarity.
Let's say
character.
character,
Confidence.
confidence. Okay, good. We can create a new ABCD as well. Originally जो theory है ABCD model है वो C is communication. But I feel C मुझे जो ज़्यादा appropriate लगता है, I use it for competence. Because ABCD model में कहीं भी competence का role नहीं था. I feel C stands for competence. And D stands for
Discipline. Discipline.
discipline.
Determination.
ये अच्छा idea है, right?
Determination.
Determination,
Display. पता नहीं.
display.
I don't know.
Okay.
Dexterity.
वैसे, sorry,
Dexterity. D, I think.
dexterity.
Determination.
Dexterity. Yeah.
No. Although ये सब भी like see everybody's perception is right, but then इसमें D stands for digital footprint, which is very important, right? So A B C D model को अगर आप follow करते हैं, you need to understand. Now we start with A. A stands for appearance. So what is appearance?
The way you like
The way you, yes,
carry on.
Presenting ourselves.
Present yourself.
the way you present yourself. Okay. So अगर अभी हम A पे बात करते हैं तो I just see 5 people. So is it like rest of you are 0 on that A? Okay, just kidding. See, appearance is just not your external appearance, right? Appearance is a combination of your internal and external appearance. Now, internal appearance is a kind of self-reflection, what you take up in terms of understanding yourself, right? Do you think you understand yourself very well?
Yes.
Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you put yourself in terms of self-awareness? Someone is 2 marks, 2 points there.
6.
I'm 7, 8.
7, 6.
7, 6. Ruchi says 7.
7,
I'm
8.
8.
8. 8 is a very high score. Are you sure, Rashmi?
7, 8 maybe.
7, 8. See, confidence there. Jesse Manamala, are you sure? He said 7, 8. Shruti says 9 because there's always scope of improvement. देखो एक mark भी कम, एक point कम दिया because improvement के लिए छोड़ा है. Good. See, if you're confident, then it's fine. But of course, there's a lot of scope of improvement and you know yourself in different roles. अभी आपका जो transition हो रहा है, अभी तक आपकी understanding है you being a student, right? एक CA का student पढ़ाई के अलावा शायद कुछ नहीं सोच पाता है. If I have observed that right, you've been very, very engrossed in your studies for past many years. Am I right? आपकी शायद social skills भी sidetrack हो गई होंगी, social
Yes,
life भी
yes, I'm
sidetrack हो
correct.
गई होगी.
Yes.
Everything is
Correct.
right, a bit, and that impacts your understanding about that environment. जब आप environment से interact कम करते तो आप environment की understanding नहीं रख पाते हो. उस understanding के बिना आप sort नहीं कर सकते हो. Personal sort is very difficult. So my suggestion would be, now that you have kind of got out from the student role, you are towards your professional debut, try and come up with a personal SWOT mapping. Identify your strengths, your core strengths. अब strength कोई बताएगा मुझे अपनी? Anybody?
Can study for 12 hours.
तो अभी तो CA बने हो. You can study for 12 hours.
Confidence down नहीं होता इतनी जल्दी.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Okay, you have that spirit of sacrifice.
Complex.
Confidence इतनी जल्दी down नहीं होता.
कॉन्फिडेंस जल्दी डाउन नहीं होता. Good.
Never give up attitude.
Perseverance, never give up attitude,
Always motivated.
always
Listening and
motivated,
implementing.
grasping things very
Our
fast. Okay,
determination.
listening and implementing.
Implementing.
Implementing. Good. So
Team
I think you're pretty clear about your strength now. If you have a good circle, try and exchange your strengths with each other and try to identify a real strength. अगर एक strength 10 लोगों में है ना, then that strength becomes a point of similarity. That doesn't remain your USP, or that doesn't remain a point of differentiation. A strength has to be a point of differentiation. पहले होता था इंटरव्यू में, आई रिमेम्बर एवरीबडी यूज्ड टू हैव सेम सेट ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ. 5 लोगों का इंटरव्यू होता है, ऑलमोस्ट बस ऑर्डर बदल जाता था, सबका स्ट्रेंथ सेम होता था. एवरीबडी यूज्ड टू से आई एम पंक्चुअल. आई रिमेम्बर एक बार एक एचआर ने इतना बुरा ब्लास्ट किया था एक स्टूडेंट को. ही सेड इफ यू थिंक बीइंग पंक्चुअल इज अ स्ट्रेंथ, please do not join our company, because we feel that is a bare minimum criteria to get into our company. That's not a strength. So you need to identify being a professional, आपकी strength अब student level की strength और अब professional strength. There should be some progression. So try to list down at least 5 strengths of yours जो आपको लगता है हर किसी में नहीं होते. Right? So that is one thing. Now, weakness को हम weakness नहीं कहते हैं. That's a different way of saying weakness is areas of improvement. So that is basically your pain points जो आपको लगता है you need to work upon them. हर pain point को आप improve नहीं कर सकते हो, but you need to identify those areas which you feel will obstruct your professional or personal grooming in the times to come. So try and list down your, this personal SWOT mapping will help you to create a personal branding statement. Because your personal branding is just statement hota hai, that should reflect a combination of your technical skills and your areas of strengths. It should not talk about your weakness. Weakness is always for us to know, so that you don't fall prey into some typical situation. So that personal branding statement पे आपको अगर work करना है, so you need to do this personal SWOT mapping. The very first step, which जो हम बात कर रहे थे appearance पे, right? Now this appearance is your reflection. It's an inward journey. First part is inward journey. Know yourself very well, where you can improve, what extra qualities or extra skills you need to develop to kind of reach out to the opportunities in the market. हो सकता है आपकी बहुत अच्छी कोई skill set हो, but that is redundant. So you don't need to consider that as a strength. You need to come up with a new strength, right? So that is one thing. Then the second part of the appearance is your external appearance. That matters a lot. That does matter, right? How you present yourself, how you dress up, how you talk, right? Entire grooming. I don't think grooming pay, I can really give you tips. You all are professionals. You know what is a professional grooming, but make sure that professional grooming is adhered to whenever you sit for any process, whenever you attend any professional meeting. Everything is very important. So that appearance, because see, appearance is not everything, but that is the first step. The first catch hota hai, that is appearance. If you are able to capture the attention or the interest of people with your decent appearance, and your appearance will be really good when you have enough, we have done enough reflection. जब तक reflection नहीं करोगे वो आपके appearance में नहीं आएगा. It should be a cycle, right? You know your strengths, you'll be more confident. You know your weaknesses, you'll be very cautious. And that should come in your body language. That body language is very important. In fact, हम अगर बात करते हैं when you're sitting for attending a virtual meeting, then everything matters. आपने कैमरा ऑन किया है, नहीं किया है, आपने आपका बैकग्राउंड क्या है. If you have a decent background, good enough. Otherwise, go for a virtual background. Your posture matters a lot. How you're sitting, how you're interacting with the person. Everything is a part of your appearance. You agree to that? So that is one part. The first,
Yes, ma'am.
the A of ABCD. Now we come to the second part, that is B. B, we said, is behavior. So what do you understand by behavior?
How you speak with others.
How you?
How
The
you
way of talking.
Okay. The
interact.
way you
How
talk,
you respond?
How you interact.
how
with
you
others.
respond. Okay. And
Cooperation.
cooperation,
Like how you deal with people generally.
how you deal with people, right? Okay. Isme, can I add one more thing?
How you
Yes,
manage your emotions.
How you manage your emotions. Very nice. That's very important. Yashika, very nice. Yashika, background kya hai aapka?
Sorry, ma'am.
What is your background?
I'm a chartered accountant.
No.
Background, I mean,
Yeah. Graduation.
Graduation. I've done my BCom only.
Okay, fine. So great. So she's added that another version which is very important, how you understand the emotion. And I would like to add another version that is, again, जैसे हमने appearance में external और internal की बात की थी. Same way, when we talk about behavior, हमारा external behavior is the way we behave with the external people, right? And एक internal behavior भी होता है, how we behave with our own self. You agree to that?
Yes.
Do you actually talk to yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? We talk to ourselves. We should talk to ourselves. Samay said no. Samay, no for? You don't talk to yourself?
Is overthinking a part of that?
You,
Then yes.
right. See, you should make a habit to do a lot of self-talking. You should do a lot of positive self-talk with your own self. जब मैंने पूछा था you are a brand, it should come immediately. It should be on your tips. Yes, I'm a brand. वो जो हम पॉजिटिव सेल्फ टॉक करते हैं ना, दैट्स अ टाइम वी गिव इम्पोर्टेंस टू आवर ओन सेल्फ. वो हमारा सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट करता है, वो हमारा सेल्फ वर्थ बूस्ट करता है. सी ह्यूमन साइकी ऐसा होता है, हम एक्सट्रीम्स पे रहते हैं. एनीथिंग गोज रॉन्ग, आई फील आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल, या एनीथिंग गोज रॉन्ग, ही इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल. दोनों एक्सट्रीम्स आर नॉट बैड, स्पेशली व्हेन यू आर over criticizing yourself. Sometimes that kills your confidence, right? So try and behave with yourself with utmost dignity. जितना अपने आप को pamper करोगे, जितना आप अपने आप को importance दोगे, जितना आप अपने आप को respect दोगे, उतना ही आपका self confidence boost होगा. And if you respect yourself, you'll be able to respect others. If you give importance to yourself, you'll be able to give importance to others, right? So very important aspect of behavior is just not आप externally कैसे behave कर रहे हो, but how you behave with yourself. See, personal branding is not an overnight thing. Personal branding is just not about an external identity. It should come from within. जितना आप इसको स्ट्रॉन्गली अंदर से क्यूरेट करोगे, उतना ये स्ट्रॉन्ग होगा और इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेगा. देन यू विल बी एबल टू टेक इट टू अ वेरी लॉन्ग एक्सटेंट. आपको अपनी आइडेंटिटी एक साल के लिए नहीं क्रिएट करनी, राइट? इट हैज टू बी अ आइडेंटिटी जिसको आप बिल्ड अपॉन कर सकते हो, बिकॉज नाउ यू आर इन अ प्रोफेशनल रोल. Very soon you'll be starting with your jobs, or you'll be starting with your own practice. तो अब हमारा स्टूडेंट वाला माइंडसेट नहीं है, अब हमें इसी को ग्रेजुअली बिल्ड अपॉन करना है. तो योर बेस शुड बी वेरी वेरी थॉरो. जितना आप रिफ्लेक्ट करोगे, जितना आप अपने आप से कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश करोगे, जितना आप सेल्फ अवेयर होगे, बिलीव मी, मतलब मैं ये ऐसा नहीं है कि इट्स जस्ट सेट ऑफ ज्ञान. आई रियली रियली एक्सपीरियंस दैट. It will help you in a very long term. right? So try and focus on this thing, the behavioral aspect. Now, if I ask you, up to मैंने खैर I've opened that up, but normally what I do is with my corporate trainings, I ask people to list down 5 names whom, like I ask you, whom you love, right? In the order of priority, whatever 5 names come to your mind, I ask them to list down the names. And believe me, ये एक्सरसाइज मैं बहुत कॉर्पोरेट्स में कर चुकी हूँ, एंड 98-99% रिजल्ट्स में उन 5
Seven.
लिस्ट में nobody writes their own name,
Yeah.
which is pretty bad. अपना नाम लिखने से
Mm.
सेल्फिश थोड़ी हो जाएंगे हम.
Mm.
See, if you don't value yourself, you cannot value others. If I don't take care of myself, I cannot take care of my family. See, देखो विकास ने भी लिखा है पेरेंट्स मी. पेरेंट्स का पहले आया. I agree. So he wrote parents pehle और फिर 4 में me. I love that version as well. But at least on 5 में मैं तो अपना top पे लिखती हूँ. Even my son comes after me, because if I take care of myself, then I'll be able to take care of him. So I have to value myself the most. That's a simple logic. But yes, personal branding में जितना आप सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस रहेंगे, जितना सेल्फ वर्थ आप में रहेगा, उतना you'll be able to build it further, right? Now we go to the Devansh has written same topper always, हम हैं तो हमें I lost that. Can you just unmute and read that out?
मैम हम हैं तो हमारे रिलेटेड दुनिया है, मींस इसलिए खुद को हमेशा टॉप प्रायोरिटी पे रखना चाहिए.
हम हैं तो दुनिया है. अगर हम पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग की बात करें, देखो एक बात है, सार्थक ने बहुत अच्छा कमेंट लिखा है, मैंने ये सेशन का लिंक्डइन पे पोस्ट किया था, तो आई जस्ट रेड इट. सो ही हैज रिटन दैट नेम्स हमें मिलते हैं, यू गेट द नेम्स बट यू क्रिएट द ब्रांड, राइट? सो यू गेट द फैमिली नेम, एवरीबडी हैज अ फैमिली नेम, आपका सरनेम होता है, राइट? You get your name, your own name, but you have to create that brand and you have to take that forward. That is your responsibility. So there's no harm giving importance to yourself, because you have to ultimately take it forward as a personal branding. और आप personal branding कर रहे हो, so everybody associated with you will be proud of you. Trust me. Okay, so moving forward, ABCD का C पे आते हैं. C is what?
Communication.
Communication तो
Confidence.
मॉडल में था, I remember, but I told about competence. And especially I thought when this session is for the qualified chartered accountants, competency का बहुत बड़ा role होता है. You agree to that? You're very
Yes.
thorough with your areas, right? You are very, very competent. I think usme you're already pro, right? But still, you need to identify few areas. आपके कुछ niche areas होने चाहिए जो आपके super specialization या super expertise वाले होने चाहिए. You cannot be jack of all trades and master of none, right? जब आप अपना personal brand statement बनाते हो या आप LinkedIn पे heading की बात करते हैं, when you professionally, agar I ask you to describe in 2 or 3 domains, so you should know your primary domain which you want to take forward. You identify that, maybe you still have time, understand your areas of expertise, interest, sort में ही आपको वो चीज समझ आ जाएगा, right? आप जब strengths लिखेंगे और opportunities की बात करेंगे, तो automatically you would know your areas जिसको आप niche बना सकते हो. So competence में you have to have that area identified जो आप pitch कर सकते हो. And see, sort में you need to understand your target market as well, right? Now if you wish to work for a CA firm, उनके कौन clientele होंगे, या if you're practicing on your own, आप किसको target करना चाहोगे? Do not start with that approach, everybody and anybody. Trust me, that will not help you. You have to have that understanding of that market, because जब तक आपको अपने टारगेट मार्केट का या टारगेट ग्रुप का अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं होगा, आप अपना पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग नहीं कर पाओगे. रीजन बीइंग, आपका पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग शुड बी लिंक टू व्हाट द मार्केट नीड्स. तुम्हारी स्ट्रेंथ से उनको क्या करना है मुझे बताओ. योर स्ट्रेंथ शुड कम एज अ सोल्यूशन टू देम. यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग माई पॉइंट? You agree to that? Only two people are agreeing,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
right? So your areas of strength should be communicated in such a way that it becomes a solution for their requirement. आपको अपने टारगेट मार्केट का अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज दैट्स द वे यू कैन एक्चुअली क्रिएट योर निश. आपकी जो कॉम्पिटेंसी है उसको आपको सिंक करना पड़ेगा. I am very good at with XYZ thing, but my market doesn't require it. So does that still hold my strength? No, it does not. I need to understand my strengths in line with what is required in the market, right? So that is very important. Competency आपके पास बहुत super specialized competencies हैं, but you have to identify your own niche. And the last one is the digital footprint. Right now, digital footprint is very important. It's just not social media, but as we were talking, you have to have a very balanced presence across all the areas wherein, see, now you have to write an email. आप email लिख रहे हो, do you think it's important to have an email signature?
Yes, ma'am. It's considered professional.
Yes.
It is considered professional. It is considered very professional. So you should come up with a very decent email signature. जब तक आप अभी किसी के साथ associated नहीं हो, you can create an individual email signature for yourself. Once you get associated with somebody, you can have an email signature based on their brand logo or their requirement. But that email signature should be there because that is also a part of your personal branding. You agree to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we talk
Okay.
about now social media ka again. I would say be very active on LinkedIn. That's one platform which will help you create that profile, and that profile cannot be created overnight. कि आपको अगले महीने कोई जॉब इंटरव्यू एंड देन यू थिंक कि मैं एक दिन में 10 पोस्ट कर दूं या इसको लाइक कर दूं एंड यहाँ पे एंगेजमेंट कर दूं. इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे. इट हैज टू बी अ वेरी वेल क्यूरेटेड स्ट्रैटेजी. I said it has to be a combination of hard work, smart work, luck, and a strategy. So strategy is what you want to achieve. अगर आप सोशल मीडिया पे भी सोच रहे हो तो अपना एक स्ट्रैटेजी बनाओ. दैट ठीक है, लिंक्डइन पे आई शुड हैव अ कैलेंडर एज एन एक वीक में मुझे कितने कनेक्शंस को. ऐसा नहीं कि हम दे दनादन किसी को भी लिंक्डइन पे रिक्वेस्ट भेज रहे हैं. इट डजंट मेक सेंस, राइट? किसी के भी उस पे आप लाइक करो, इट डजंट मेक सेंस. ट्राई एंड हैव अ स्ट्रेटजी. एक हफ्ते में यू शुड हैव सम काइंड ऑफ टाइमलाइंस. कितने लोगों से आपको कनेक्शन इंक्रीज करना है. एंगेजमेंट का आपका स्ट्रैटेजी होना चाहिए, राइट? यू बीइंग इन अ the specialized profession, you should ensure that you create content and post on LinkedIn. And don't get disheartened. वो कोई नहीं पढ़ रहा है तो कोई नहीं पढ़ रहा है, कोई बात नहीं. उस पे 2 likes आ रहे हैं, 2 engagement आ रहे हैं, leave it. But your post becomes your digital footprint. अगर तुम 2 साल भी बाद भी देखते हो तो you will see your posts, right? हो सकता है कि 2 साल बाद when you will be a very famous CA, people will go through your pages and try to like the previous post. You never know, right? So try and have that consistency. Engagement is very important. You can create your own community. एक जना post कर रहा है, other person can like it. Other person is creating, you can like it. So it has to be a kind of mutual collaborative effort. You have to grow together. So that should be a strategy. Random नहीं होना चाहिए कि आज मेरे पास टाइम है तो मैंने दे दनादन 1 घंटे से मैं लिंक्डइन पे हूँ and then I'm just make some time for that, because that's a professional platform and that is very crucial personal branding tool. Now your LinkedIn profile should also be very, very thorough. I'll just open my LinkedIn profile. Can you see my screen? No.
No, ma'am.
No.
Not
I think I lost it. Just a sec. That's the only thing which is not visible on my any of the tabs. Yeah, I think now it is. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So see, very important. I think you've already had a session with Pushpendra sir, right, on LinkedIn.
yes.
Right. So try and incorporate whatever you have been kind of shared as tips. Now, for me, uh, one thing is you need to have a decent profile picture, and this profile picture should be, if possible, should be common across your online platforms, right? You should not be uh, having different profile pictures for different things. Now, beneath your this thing, you have to have. Let me open this way. Your name, like once you are formally certified, your name should have the prefix of CA, because जब भी कोई search करता है that CA के साथ search करता है तो your profile will pop up, right? So ensure that you have a very distinct and a very clear indication of your profession. Then it should be followed with a header. Header में आपके affiliations and certifications or whatever qualifications you have, that should be very clearly visible, because header is something which will be uh, visible to everyone in terms of a quick search, right? So it should give entire information of your certifications or your affiliations. It should then you should have clear indication of where you're working. Like I'm working for Prestige Institute where I have studied. Then the banner. Now the banner should be like I am an MBTI certified professional. That is something I work there as a niche. Like I use it as my niche. So I have tried and just put it as a banner so that everybody knows that I'm MBTI certified. Then your description should be very thorough. This should be a part of your personal branding statement also. It should reflect what you are in terms of some uh, not so straight words, some flowery language, which talks about my skills and what I can do for you as a professional. If I'm a learning and development professional, if I say I'm a trainer, then it talks about what I can do for you, not that what I do, but it has to translate into my expertise into what I can do for you. You getting my point? Make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Right? So try and work on your LinkedIn profile. Now, whatever I've written, this is very well substantiated by my LinkedIn post. Now, whenever if you have time, just go through it. So all my trainings have been updated on LinkedIn. I give just I've lost the screen, it seems. Can you still see the LinkedIn one? No? It's closed?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, we
No,
can't.
ma'am. No.
I think we can
Fine.
search on our phones.
Sorry?
मतलब मैम बोल रहा था फोन पे देख सकते हैं, मतलब या फोन या वेबसाइट जैसा भी है कंफर्टेबल सबको.
हाँ, surely. See, my point is, why I was showing is, the profile should be very clear, crisp, and it should be an indication, and that consistency should be there. अब मेरे पास जिस टाइम कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं होता है ना, suppose I don't have a training 15 days, but I'm ensure I put in some stuff. या तो मैं अपना कोई पुराना ट्रेनिंग से निकाल के डालती हूँ, या अब आई विजिटेड सपोज सीआईआई के किसी इवेंट में गए हैं तो वो डाल दिया. वो नहीं है तो इंस्टीट्यूट में अगर प्रेस्टीज में वी हैड अ वर्कशॉप, आई posted that, but I have tried to be very consistent, and I have been defamed in my institute that I overbrand myself, but I take it as a compliment. At least people are noticing me, right? And believe me, that over branding has somehow helped me to fetch more and more networking and more uh, collaborations and business for myself, right? So never get upset by people who try to pull you down. Try to be consistent and try to be very active on these platforms, wherein you can actually get the professional connect. See, nobody can stop you, but nobody can motivate you also. It's only you who can motivate yourself, right? So nothing should stop you now. It's high time that you get into that personal branding mode, and definitely you start with a strategy. That strategy should be very well curated, and then you take it forward with, of course, जब आप आगे बढ़ते हो तो you understand उसके pros and cons क्या है या feasibility क्या है, and you can always align your things with the strategy, but start it uh, now without any delay. And we all can connect on LinkedIn. If you have any queries, if you have anything, we can always talk, discuss, and sort out. If you have any suggestions, you have any doubts, please feel to reach out to me. My details are there on LinkedIn as well. So I think that's all from my end, because we are running already 10 minutes ahead of the stipulated time. This was a very less time to talk about such a big topic, but I think we have been able to convince ourselves that we need personal branding and a few tips on how do we plan to take it forward. So the strategy has to be there. Come out with a strategy, come out with your personal SWOT mapping, align that, how you can align your strengths with the requirement, the needs of the target group, and you can definitely nail it. So I'm really happy, and thank you so much, past educators.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
for the section.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
मैम एक डाउट पूछना था
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, कुणाल.
मैम.
नहीं विकास.
मैम जो पुराने हमने जैसे आप कह रहे थे फुटप्रिंट रह जाते हैं डिजिटली, तो जैसे ट्वीट कर रखे हो पॉलिटिकली तो उनको डिलीट कर
जी.
दिया जाए भी.
Kunal, I'll strongly recommend stay away from any controversial things. Stay away from giving your opinions on any political platform, because see, you never know which company would hire you and how they perceive your even people you're following. Be very cautious about whom you are following.
Okay.
Which thing goes against you, you never know. So whatever is in your control, try to do that, and try to stay. That's my suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Any query?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I wanted to know what should be there in our signature, because when you work for a firm, you have the designation and the name of the firm, which is mentioned over there. But when we are creating or writing a mail on our behalf as an individual, what should be there as a signature?
I'll just quickly share this thing. I had captured few. See your name along with. I'll just try if I can quickly share this. Is this visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Signatures, examples of how we. So ideally, your name should be there, followed by your maybe like आपका तो prefix ही आ जाता है, followed by your contact details, your email, your phone number, and then you can mention your LinkedIn profile handle. You can share that with confidence if you're really active on that. And it's all about how you choose the fonts and the size and color of that font. So try and do it on maybe Canva या किसी आप उस पे करोगे तो that will be more uh, appealing. It's just not, see, it's just not information, it's your personal brand. Try to pose it as your brand. So try to give some aesthetic look to that signature. But signature is must. You should have a signature.
Thanks for answering.
Pleasure, Abhishek. Vikas has written something. Vikas, can you just unmute and quickly speak up, Vikas? That will be great.
Yeah, ma'am. Like I messaged, like I'm CA inter student,
Mm-hmm.
and actually we have to study like 12 hours, 13 hours. It's normal.
Right.
But actually, just break the consistency. I'm not able to follow up the schedule again and again. Like
Mm-hmm.
maximum I can do 3 to 4 hours. I'm not able to do even 7 or 8 hours per day. I don't know where I'm wasting my time.
Because that, I think you need to list down your priorities and try and understand which particular activity is taking how much of time, because your priority list only you can understand, and you can identify where those waste or unproductive time slots are coming up.
Yeah, like previously I have study sessions of 3 hours and 3.5 hours, but now it's maximum I can do 1.5 hour. पता नहीं हम क्या हो गया, बैठा ही नहीं जाता अब
There
थोड़ी
are
देर
some
के बाद।
times because it happens, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है. So if you're not very much pressed upon time, give a day off your study, try to just recreate, rejuvenate yourself, and try to get back to your routine.
I gave
Don't-
3 days.
You've already given 3 days.
Yeah,
Okay. So then
it's
I think you need to focus back and try doing some things which help you recreate every day for some time, and then you have to probably force yourself into that. Try
yeah,
and
I'm
see your longer objectives, longer goals of life, and I think you will be able to do it. Talk to your seniors, how they feel after getting that CA designation, and that will actually motivate you. Try doing that.
I have something to say if you are okay with us. Like, I can guide you something. Like, you
yes,
can try 10 days Vipassana course, Vipassana, if you people know about it.
Abhi,
It will definitely help. You know Vipassana course? 10
so
days
we
Vipassana.
uh,
Yes.
might give long, ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं हो जाएगा वो, क्योंकि I have exams in September. I have like audit and SM exam.
Okay.
I think you cannot afford to
So,
take a long break at this point of
Yeah,
time.
but you can
But
start
yes,
with like
you
10
can try
days,
doing
15
something
minutes
that helps you
meditation.
rejuvenate.
I'm trying just like pushing. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
Vikas, we
we'll
can
have
connect
Vikas for
once.
one session
We can
on
take my number
Vipassana.
from Saurabh, and we can connect once. Vikas can help
Sure,
you
sir.
probably with your query. Yes, sir.
Sure, sure. Happy
You
to
were
Yeah.
help.
saying something.
Good evening, sir.
Now, I was saying we'll have Vikas for having a Vipassana session training.
Sure, sir. I'll
Yeah.
be very happy to help.
Good, good.
Chalo, great.
Okay.
Yeah, something which I'll also love to learn.
Absolutely.
Sure,
Just
Good,
sure.
good.
attending your only, sir.
Great. In fact, thank you so much, Pallavi ma'am. I mean, the teacher inside you was very,
Pleasure.
very apparent. The way you were kind of,
I am a
yeah,
teacher. That's it.
true.
But I think these people, I don't know, मैं student भी नहीं बोल सकती और a professional भी नहीं बोल सकती, but the participants were really, really interactive. I think we had a very good session. So interaction होता है, तो it's a two-way communication. So see, there was nothing which I told which was not known to them. The only thing is वो एक re-emphasize होना, because it was on the back of their mind due to their
True.
schedules and everything. So it's just bringing back to the main forefront. And I would love to see everyone active on LinkedIn. Let's connect. देखते हैं कल तक कितने लोगों से connect होता है मेरा. and then I'll just see how many people are really active.
Might
But
only
great.
better if you
I sent you the request in the
Oh,
middle of
did?
the session only.
Okay, okay,
please
Great.
share the link of
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Already sent the connection request.
great.
In fact, great. So, you connect with ma'am. Yeah. Also
Right.
share
Thank you
your
so much
feedback
for
on the
starting
session
all
at
the
ma'am's LinkedIn profile as well. And ma'am, in fact, इतने
Sure, sure,
कैमरे
sure.
कभी भी on हुए नहीं है इतने sessions में, so you really could get them interact very well. Great.
Thank you so much. It was really nice interacting with them. All young and dynamic minds.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to see them ready to take off. Seatbelt लगा ली अब सबने?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Right.
sir.
Pretty party है.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again, Sarthak sir and Pallavi ma'am, for having this session. Like,
Yes,
it was
yes.
really
Thank you,
insightful.
sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot,
Thanks.
everybody. Thank you, Saurabh, for handling this. And now just telling about tomorrow's session. So tomorrow I'll be taking a session. This will be on industry insight. So it will be job oriented, just to know in terms of which industry gives what for you. And for
Sure.
any other inputs from Pallavi ma'am, you can trouble her on her LinkedIn profile. She's
Absolutely,
given me that
absolutely.
permission. Yeah.
Anytime. Would love
Done.
to be in touch and help in any ways I can.
Great, ma'am. And then I'll get in touch with you again for the
Absolutely.
training part of it.
Absolutely.
That's ma'am. Right.
Right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, everyone.
Have a
Yeah,
nice
Thank you.
Thank you.
sleep. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Night.